those of you who do not know me, I'm Emily Martin. I'm the senior clerk here at 4 to 5 Gray's Inn Square, and I lead our practice management and administration team. This International Women's Day, you're going to hear a lot about equity. Equity is similar to the concept of equality. However, there is one important difference. Where equality makes sure that everyone is given identical opportunity, equity ensures that people are given specific support to suit their individual needs, so that everyone has the chance to reach the same end goal. That means when we work with the barristers at 4 to 5 Gray's Inn Square, we tailor support for each barrister. We take a bespoke view as to what they need. We want each of our members, pupils, and staff to be able to reach their potential. It means 3 things for our practice management team. Number 1, we are fair. Number 2, we are impartial. And number 3, we recognise that historically, inequity has marginalised communities, including women. In my own experience, when I started in clerking, there were very few female clerks, and there were very few female women in leadership roles in clerking. Things have happily changed and are continuing to change for marginalised communities. My goal is to change symptomatic and structural barriers that get in the way of people's ability to thrive. 4 to 5 have done that for me. I balance being a mum with being a senior clerk. If you want to join a chambers that is looking to break barriers, if you want to work somewhere that recognises and promotes diversity in practice management, and if you want to join a team that is driven to help you to reach your end goal, then take a look at 4 to 5 Gray's Inn Square. It's now my pleasure on International Women's Day 2023 to introduce you to some of our team.
The first point in the Charter for Fairness is that chambers implement policies for monitoring work opportunities. 4 to 5 Gray's Inn Square Chambers is monitoring fairness and work allocation in 4 ways. The senior clerk and her colleagues on a regular basis monitor the allocation of work opportunities. They report the findings to the management committee and a monitor. Second, the management committee appoints a monitor. Their specific function is to monitor equal access to and fair allocation of work. Every 6 months, the clerks provide the monitor a report on the allocation of unassigned work and their related decision-making. The review pays particular attention to members fewer than 5 years call and parents who recently returned to work. Third, the Equality and Diversity officers also annually monitor fairness in work allocation and recruitment. I am one of the 3 Equality and Diversity officers in Chambers. We plan to complete our monitoring and produce a report for Chambers by September of this year. Fourth, and finally, there's ad hoc monitoring. When members or pupils have specific concerns about the fairness of work allocation, they can contact the monitor, the senior clerk, or the Equality and Diversity officers, and the work will be reviewed.
My name's Ramya Nagesh. I'm a barrister at 4 to 5 Gray's Inn Square. I've been in practice for about 10 years now, but I joined 4 to 5 last year. And so I have experience of different clerking teams, but I wanted to talk to you today about 4 to 5's clerking team, and particularly point 3 on the Fairness Charter. Now, as soon as I joined 4 to 5, we had practice meetings, plural, to discuss my career ambitions and exactly where I see my practice evolving over the next few years and beyond. And the dialogue hasn't stopped there. Over the last year or so, I've been in regular contact with all of the clerking team, including Emily Martin, the senior clerk, who I know anytime I can just pick up the phone to and discuss anything I want to with. Now, this is International Women's Day, and of course it's important to remember that everybody, regardless of gender, should be able to excel in their chosen profession. Now, that's an ethos you can really see reflected in the clerking team at 4 to 5, because we have a healthy mix of men and women in the team, and our senior practice manager is a woman. So this shows me that 4 to 5 is the sort of workplace where I could excel and not be held back by the fact that I'm a woman.
My name is Elizabeth Nichols and I'm a barrister at 4 to 5 Gray's Inn Square. My experience at 4 to 5 is that I have regular practice development sessions, both with the senior clerk and with another member of the clerking team. In these sessions, we discuss not only how my practice has developed financially, but also how my other aspirations are being achieved, such as business development and marketing. These sessions take place at least once every 6 months. Data is downloaded and provides a good evidence base. but I also really enjoy the fact that I can discuss other things, such as, for example, a book that I've just recently had launched, which Chambers have supported me throughout social media and other marketing. I'm also really pleased that I'm able to discuss with the clerks my personal requirements because I have a young family. So it's really, really important to me that both my work and family life are accommodated.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Perry KC, and I've chosen number 3 on the list, which is the evaluation of a barrister's career, the trajectory of that career, and the need for it to be monitored and harnessed by either the clerk who is in charge of the barrister's particular practice or the head of practice group. I am a firm believer that each individual should be guided and encouraged to go into an area of practice that they are drawn to and appear to be good at. However, it is very important, in my view and from my experience, that this isn't just a talk the talk game, but it's also a walk the walk game, because it's very easy to tick a box and actually say, well, we've had that practice review, so that's done for that year, and then do absolutely nothing about it. There has to be serious application of this type of review so that it is satisfactory to the individual, the woman in particular, who frequently in the past was sidelined. That can no longer be the case. It has to be satisfactory to the management of the chambers, and it's an all-round win-win situation.
Today is International Women's Day, and the theme for 2023 is Embrace Equity. As lawyers, we're all very familiar with this concept, but what does it mean in practice, day to day, when we seek to tackle and engage with issues around gender equality? Equity isn't just a nice to have, it's a linchpin of a fairer society, not just for women, but for everyone. And by creating better equity and better opportunities for women, we're opening up more doors for everyone, men and women. Equity and equality need to be part of business as usual. And to be progressive and inclusive, we need to take action on this in our daily work, not just today, but every day. Open communication on topics such as childcare, return to work after extended breaks, and flexible working is crucial in maintaining an environment which is fair and welcoming to everyone. The focus needs to be on output and outcomes, regardless of who you are and how you work. It's not negotiable having a business case for diversity. It's the right thing for all of us, so that everyone, including those working flexibly, can have access to high quality and lucrative work. Today is a day for action. It's a day when we all need to think about how we can create better equity in the workplace and in society more generally, and how we can encourage and empower women in their careers, in their capacity as caregivers, or in their own individual unique role or capacity. It's also a day when we all need to think about what action we can take on a personal level, whether at work, home, or in some other capacity, to support and empower women. Each of us needs to be an ambassador on this topic.
When I joined Chambers, I'd come from being a practitioner in the public sector. I was aware this might present some challenges in terms of developing and building a practice, because I didn't necessarily have a base to work from or any pre-existing relationships within the profession, and I was a little concerned about how easy or not it would be to find me work. Thankfully, I had several detailed conversations before I started around the kind of practice that I wanted to build and where my skills and knowledge might lie. And the clerks engaged proactively to find me work to get started with and were sensitive to whether it fitted with my own aspirations. Since then, I've maintained a regular and open dialogue with the clerks around the sort of work that I'd like to do. A continuous, honest and judgment-free dialogue between barristers and clerks is really important in making sure that barristers feel their career ambitions are being looked after, whether that be someone newly joining Chambers after pupillage, having moved from another sector like myself, or in particular, someone who's taken a break from the profession for maternity or childcare reasons.
Having as wide a range of marketing activities as possible makes good sense. It's a matter of horses for courses. One size doesn't fit all barristers, and similarly, it doesn't fit all clients. It is so important to make sure this profession closes the gender gap. Barristers should be able to work flexibly, successfully, as one way of addressing that. I am glad, for example, that the clerks in 4 to 5 will suggest commitments that I can do around any family commitments that I have. Sometimes that will be writing an article, something I can do anytime. Last week, for example, it was a marketing lunch. But also, secondly, I'm glad that I'm not discounted from other things. And if there is a conference that has to happen in the early evening, for example, I'm given the option in case I can do it. And that's an option that people should be given. Just as some people are early birds and some are night owls, some are great with social media and some, like me, are less so. Some of us have caring commitments at the start or end of the day and some won't. That is a strength, and it's a strength that we should all be playing to.
At 4-5, we take mentoring extremely seriously, and that's particularly true of the mentoring of women and lawyers from underrepresented groups. As the head of 4-5's international group, I'm pleased to say that women feature on each and every one of the arbitrations in which I am instructed. And I am frankly spoiled for choice amid a group of extraordinarily talented young women who continue to blossom. Those same women, also outside the realm of instructions, have been instrumental in launching an award-winning program called FOTA, the Future of Technology in Arbitration, in which they gaze into the crystal ball and see what the trends in international arbitration and technology herald. Mentoring is an investment that pays off tenfold, and we see that in the development of these extremely talented young women whom we are fortunate to have at 4-5. Long may it continue.
At 4 to 5, we embrace diversity. To paraphrase Maya Angelou, in diversity, we see strength. That is also why we embrace the 11th principle of the Charter of Fairness, namely to have openness to all members about our marketing efforts. This openness allows us to harness diverse ideas and perspectives to create powerful marketing output that is responsible to diverse client needs in a diverse world. Our activities are not irrespective of background, but respectful of them, indeed fueled by different points of view. By way of example, within my own practice group, 4 to 5's investigations and resolutions practice, this openness resulted in the publication of our group's first e-brochure last year. Developed together with 4 to 5's excellent clerking team, the brochure showcased the skills of all of our practice group members. Additionally, in our approach to marketing, we embrace equity, the theme of International Women's Day 2023. We embrace equity by ensuring that our members have a range of marketing activities to participate in, from developing brochures and writing academic articles to participating in informal and formal face-to-face client events. This ensures that our members have the marketing pathway that meets their particular skills and the demands of their schedule and commitments to showcase their unique light to clients for their growth, for Chambers' growth, because only together do we rise.